Call the Midwife is one of Britain's most beloved dramas, but behind the comforting nostalgia lies a world of real heartbreak. These are the untold, behind-the-scenes stories that will change the way you see the show forever. Fact 1.
Baby's turned, no longer breech.
Sister Bernadette, this is Nurse Lee.
Oh, greetings.
During filming of the early seasons, actress Jenny Agutter, who plays Sister Julienne, was quietly mourning the loss of her mother. She later revealed that her emotions often spilled into her performance, especially in scenes of compassion and loss. The crew noticed her tears were real during a birth scene, unaware of her personal pain. The realism audiences praised wasn't always acting, it was genuine emotion. Similarly, other cast members faced private struggles while portraying hope on screen. Laura Main once admitted she channeled grief from a family tragedy into a particularly emotional delivery scene. These layered performances helped make the show's heartache feel raw and authentic. The crew often gave actors extra time between takes to compose themselves. Emotional exhaustion became common, especially during storylines dealing with death or miscarriage. Behind the warm glow of Poplar, the set often carried a heavy emotional weight. Yet the cast found comfort in each other, forming a support network. Their real-life pain gave the series its unmistakable depth.
She's only in early first-stage labour, so I gave her chloral hydrate and left her to sleep.
Oh, thank you, sister.
Fact 2.
Say to yourself, mirror, signal, maneuver. The more you repeat it and the more
One of the show's most talked about details is the use of real newborns. The producers insist on filming with babies under 10 days old whenever possible. This creates a shocking level of realism, but also emotional chaos on set. The actors must handle the infants delicately, often while exhausted from long shoots. Jessica Raine once said she cried after every birth scene because the babies felt so fragile in her arms. Some mothers wept off camera. Overwhelmed by watching their babies born on screen, crew members had to keep the set warm and whisper quiet to avoid startling the infants. Sometimes the babies would actually cry during takes, and the footage would be kept for authenticity. But not every scene went smoothly. Occasionally, babies wouldn't wake up on cue or would soil costumes mid-take. The production team learned to improvise constantly. Many cast members say those moments were both magical and nerve-wracking. Holding real newborns made them appreciate the emotional stakes of every storyline.
Are you sure you're a midwife? You don't half look young.
Don't worry, Ingrid, you're quite safe.
Fact 3.
I can get the 10th or the children in the car, but not both.
The show's creator, Heidi Thomas, based many episodes on true stories from her mother, who was a nurse in post-war Liverpool. Several of the most emotional births come directly from those real experiences. One of them involved a baby born in poverty who was wrapped in newspaper because blankets were unaffordable. The details were so powerful that the writers refused to change them. Every medical scene is also checked for accuracy by midwives and historians. Some of the more graphic moments are toned down, but only slightly. Heidi Thomas has said that she wanted to honour the courage of women who lived through those difficult times. Many of the letters the BBC receives are from viewers who recognise their own mother's stories in the show. Cast members often cry during script readings, realising they're portraying real women. The authenticity resonates deeply with audiences, bridging decades of history. It's why Call the Midwife feels less like fiction and more like a tribute to real life.
Yesterday or today?
I've been keeping up with my officers whilst on duty, sister.
Excellent.
Fact 4.
Very happy. I've decided it's time to be brave.
Miranda Hart's sudden exit from the series broke fans' hearts, but the truth is even sadder. She left after struggling to balance her health and workload. During filming, she faced intense physical and emotional exhaustion. Her character, Chummy, was a fan favourite known for warmth and humour, yet Miranda was quietly overwhelmed behind the scenes. She admitted that the pressure of constant filming began affecting her mental health. The decision to leave wasn't taken lightly. She feared disappointing fans. The cast supported her completely, knowing how much she was suffering. Heidi Thomas even rewrote parts of the season to ease her transition. When Miranda finally stepped away, crew members said it felt like losing family. Her final day on set ended in tears from everyone present. Even today, the door remains open for her return. But Miranda has said revisiting those memories would be emotionally difficult. Her departure marked one of the show's most painful off-screen moments.
If you had it me, I wouldn't say no to more of that whiskey you brought over.
I'm sure it can be arranged.
Fact 5.
The patient files are completely reorganised. It's time for the finishing touches. There was no...
While filming Series 3, the crew faced devastating news. A beloved production assistant passed away unexpectedly. The loss sent shockwaves through the team. Out of respect, production was paused for a full day, something almost unheard of in television. Many of the cast attended the funeral together, dressed in period clothing because they came straight from set. The tragedy cast a shadow over the rest of the season's filming. Several episodes dealing with grief were rewritten to reflect the emotions the cast was truly feeling. Jenny Agutter later said that it was impossible not to think of their colleague during those scenes. Even the music in the final episode that year was chosen as a subtle tribute. Fans unknowingly watched a season built around real mourning. The show's message of community and compassion took on a new meaning. It became not just a drama, but a memorial of sorts. That season remains one of the most emotionally resonant in the series' history.
Where she would drive a Methodist to drink.
Fact 6.
Marlowe's are the first company to create a whey-based formula.
Many of the medical scenes were so disturbing that actors struggled to film them. Period-accurate tools looked more like instruments of torture than medical devices. During one shoot, a prop forceps was so heavy it bruised an actress's arm. The realism made some scenes nearly unbearable to film. Jessica Raine confessed she occasionally felt faint while rehearsing surgical sequences. The midwifery consultants insisted on historical accuracy, even when it made actors uncomfortable. Some episodes had to be edited after test audiences found them too graphic, but the production team refused to sanitize history entirely. They believed the brutality reflected the reality of childbirth in those years. Many viewers have written in, shocked by how recent those conditions actually were. For the cast, those scenes served as constant reminders of women's strength. The emotional toll was heavy, but the result was powerful storytelling grounded in truth.
On behalf of Marlowe's baby formula, a photograph and free tin of formula for each baby.
Fact 7.
Pushing, sir, I shall not topple that easily. I shall say it again. Form a queue.
Few fans know that the original non-natus house, the real London convent that inspired the series, was demolished decades ago. It once stood in the East End, serving one of the poorest communities in Britain. When the production began, the creators visited the last surviving sisters who lived there. They shared stories of hardship, laughter, and loss that deeply influenced the tone of the show. The building's destruction became symbolic for the cast, a reminder of vanished history. On set, the recreated non-natus house was treated almost like sacred ground. Actors often stayed in character between takes to honour its spirit. During early shoots, the crew lit candles for the real midwives who once worked there. Jenny Agutter described filming inside the replica as spiritual. The legacy of that real convent continues to shape every episode. Even now, the surviving nuns have praised the series for keeping their memory alive.
Got time for a cigarette to calm my nerves, Vi? Oh, not having any naked flames near this, you'll go up like a bonfire.
Fact 8.
All I'm thinking is like, you know when you see people go at high speed, their skin goes all like, going, am I just like...
Jessica Raine's exit as Jenny Lee left both fans and crew heartbroken. Behind the scenes, the atmosphere was somber during her final episode. The character's departure mirrored Jessica's real emotions. She was ready for new challenges, but torn about leaving. On her last day, the entire cast gathered to watch her final take. When the director called "cut," silence filled the room before applause broke out. Jessica reportedly burst into tears, hugging each crew member individually. Her departure marked the end of an era, as she had been the emotional core of the series. The production team presented her with a framed photo of her first day on set. Some fans noticed that later episodes subtly referenced her absence through emotional dialogue. Even years after, Jessica has said she still dreams about returning to Poplar. Her exit remains one of the most heartfelt goodbyes in BBC drama history.
Now answer my question.
She's on the list for this evening's round, sister.
Penicillin, an ear to syringe.
Fact 9.
What's taking so long?
I think baby's far too comfortable in there.
Despite its reputation for realism, Call the Midwife has faced criticism for showing too much. Several broadcasters initially hesitated to air graphic delivery scenes, but Heidi Thomas fought to keep them, insisting that birth should not be hidden or sanitized.
Congratulations, Lorna. You have a baby boy.
Some scenes even featured real midwives coaching the actresses in real time. The authenticity shocked audiences but earned widespread praise from medical professionals. In one infamous case, a scene showing a breech birth caused dozens of viewers to faint during its first broadcast. The BBC defended it as an honest portrayal of history. Cast members have said they received letters from women who felt empowered after watching. The controversy only reinforced the show's mission to tell the truth. For every complaint, there were hundreds of grateful responses. Call the Midwife became not just entertainment, but a celebration of women's resilience through pain and beauty alike.
Nicholas for a boy, was it? I think Nicola might be closer to the mark.
Fact 10.
I am completely certain. I don't even know your name.
Sheila.
Patrick.
After over a decade, many cast members have admitted to emotional burnout. Filming heavy storylines about death, trauma, and poverty year after year takes its toll. Helen George once said she sometimes took weeks to emotionally recover from certain episodes. The constant immersion in suffering, especially stories based on real events, can blur the line between acting and reality. To protect the cast, production introduced mandatory mental health breaks between seasons. Crew members also receive counselling support. Despite this, some actors have chosen to step away temporarily for their well-being. Fans often mistake these breaks for permanent departures, but most eventually return. The show's commitment to emotional honesty has both enriched and exhausted its team. Every tear shed on screen often mirrors a tear shed off-screen. That shared vulnerability is what keeps Call the Midwife so powerful. It's a show built on empathy and paid for with real emotion.